hope you guys like and subscribe to our channel.
Alright, welcome. Some of you might recognize this. This is, let me turn the volume down a little bit. This is a classic NES game. In my opinion, one of the best NES games that was ever made. Blaster Master. This has got to be the most underrated game for the NES. Like, you could, spend hours and hours and hours playing this. But, this is through a program called 3D Sin VR. And, they just added support for this game. They've only got they don't have a very big selection of games that they support, NES, basically converting them to, 3D, like a 3D world like this in VR. I think I have to look at the list, but I think Zelda 1 and maybe Zelda 2 are on there. And this has been, I know they've been working on this one for a while, so yeah, let's try it out. It is cool. Yeah, see. Look how three-dimensional that is. That is so cool. I used to spend hours playing this game. What I like, too, is throughout the game, this is one of the few games where you got to improve your character throughout the course of the game. So you got better weapons for not only your humanoid character, but for the vehicle too. So you got better weapons. You got better abilities. There's a hover function. I cannot see the health of this thing, so I don't know how well I'm doing. Oh, it's over here. Never mind. I guess I just needed to look around. this is really a wonderful way to experience this classic. There's my little dude. Oh, this is cool. I'm used to, when I used to play this when I was a kid, I had the NES Advantage controller, which was a humongous controller, but it had everything. It had an arcade joystick, and it had turbo buttons and slow motion. Like, it was like the holy grail of the Nintendo world. It had everything. Yeah. And I'm a little spoiled because I'm used to playing this game with the turbo buttons on. Yeah, a lot of times I could like beat the enemies just by like putting the grenades on turbo, and just you could just hammer them. That sucked. Yeah, lightning strikes. Oh, cool. Okay, so I pressed down on the thumbstick, the right thumbstick, and it just like put it right in my face. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so I just learned something about this software, or this game. Or yeah. Yeah, the 3D kind of messes with me. There we go. Who says that VR games have to be first person to enjoy them? I love stuff like this. Like, I love that mod for the original Doom, where it's basically The Legend of Zelda. That's really cool. Well, you get to see the first boss fight in 3D. VR. Hit it. Oh, yes. Alright, so we are going to continue, and we're going to put the secret code in. I think my left control stick's acting up, which happens. Yeah, I don't think there's a backspace on here, so you pretty much just have to do it over. Alright, let's start over. Alright, here we go. Justin Bailey. I don't know who Justin Bailey was, but he had his own code. I wonder if there's a YouTube video out there that explains the whole Justin Bailey code. Because, I mean, that's not some random code. There we go, yeah. So, you always got to start as Samus Aran, as the woman. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, crap. Well, that wasn't worth it. And she's got most of her mods already. This is another game that was awesome with, like, you could upgrade your character over time. Crap. But I think we're actually supposed to leave this area. I just wanted to mess around in here. Yeah, I have always loved Metroid games. You know, you can see my Prime video. But I've even, played the Game Boy Advance versions. I remember, on the original Game Boy, I had Metroid 2. I think it was the Return of Samus Aran. And, I think I'm going the wrong way. I love doing that. This is great. I think I gotta get the ice beam. Ooh, I need some. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I remember I always have to do this when I get up here. I don't remember if I ever actually, like, went through and beat Metroid 1 from the very beginning. I don't think I ever did. I think I always beat it with the Justin Bailey code. It's just one of those cool things, you know, if you had a friend that had a Nintendo Power subscription, that you would learn, you know? Like, punch this code in, and you can unlock the Samus Aran with her green hair showing. Look at that. We got it perfectly timed. Yeah, that's good enough. Ah, crap. I thought there was something there. I love that. Yeah, I remember, like, you can hit that one all you want to and it won't die. Well, anyway. Look at that. That's cool. I love how the bushes move back and forth. Alright, we'll watch the little... Everything's just swaying and the clouds are moving back and forth. Alright. Let's try it. Ah, for some reason I couldn't get up under it. Yeah, I could go down there, but there's always an extra life right there. Yeah. It's one of those other things I learned from friends with Nintendo Power subscriptions. And I got flower power now. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers is like a total... It's like a acid trip or something, if you think about it. Yeah, that was cool. Alright, let's see if we can hit the... Ah! Well, that totally sucked. I was trying to hit the top of the flagpole. Da-da-da-da. Looks like you're still in the pipe, dude. I remember when I was a kid, they had Nintendos out, but they had these arcade machines out that were called Play Choice 10, and each of them had like a different selection of Nintendo games they were loaded up with. And you put money in to buy time to play this game, and you could switch between the games all you wanted to. So, like, it was a paradise when it first came out. Because, you know, a lot of times, unless you went to the video store and rented the games, you didn't have a lot of access to games. Not like it is now. Yeah, let's see if we can find that warp zone. Well, that was dumb. Well, I can still get it. I don't need to be Big Mario to get it. In fact, it's really not going to help me anyway. There we go. There it is. Welcome to the warp zone. In case you didn't know about that either. Yeah, there's like a no, that's level 3. I'm trying to get on top of there so I can stomp that dude. Ah, that was dirty, dude. I can't remember if there was anything in there. There we go. I got a decent flagpole that time. And I got some fireworks. Cool. Alright. Oh, yes. Yes, I definitely own this one too. But I don't have any code to get into that one. I actually, a few years ago, actually beat this game for the first time. Yeah, but I gotta go make some money, which money is like hearts. Yeah, I got no money for that. Wait, I think I do. Alright, so I bought a white crystal. Let's travel a little bit. Yeah, this game, I mean, I know it's kind of a, in a way, it's kind of a redheaded stepchild of Castlevania, but I loved, this was like sort of a RPG-ish Castlevania. And I loved it. I was trying to crouch and it wouldn't do it. I love the music too. Oh, I hate those things. I hate them. I always thought they looked kind of like witches, so I used to call them sea hags, and I'm gonna die. Yeah. What a horrible night to have a curse. That is classic. Yeah, you get like double the amount of money you make, but the enemies are twice as hard. So they do make it worth your while. Yeah, and then it's like, it'll just, it's got a timer on it, so it keeps up with the day and night cycles. This is like the first game I ever played that had like day and night cycles. Ah. Jerk. Ah. And I definitely own this one too. It's a classic. This game has an awesome intro. Like one of the best that of any Nintendo game. Yeah, and the music is awesome. I love this game. It's another one that I got spoiled. There was always one that you had to pick first, and I think it might have been Quick Man. Yeah, let's do it. It's amazing how good everything looked. Like, given the technology. Yeah, this was tough because it's got these things that just like come down at that try to fry you. These light beams, lasers, laser. Yeah, you can tell there's parts where the NES was struggling. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Ah. You got to do that one absolutely perfect. And you know I own that one. Like, you weren't a proper gamer if you didn't have Super Mario 3 back then. This is great. Yeah, I'm glad I fit this one in, because this they did a really good job on this, making it 3D. Yeah, I need... yeah, you get a feather to become Raccoon Mario. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? What? I thought there was... Did I do that wrong? Is it not up there? Oh, it's there. That's right. Ah. Sucks, because I gotta get up there again. Not a big deal. Alright, I think this is the end. And if you were running full speed with that gauge all the way up, and you jumped at a 45-degree angle, you got a star every time. Yeah. Alright, well, I think this is a good place to stop. So, everyone, I hope you have a good day or good evening, whatever time it is where you're at, and we'll see you next time. Bye.